Ladies and gentlemen, this is the BYD eMAX 7. It's just been launched at 26.9 lakh rupees, going up to 29.9 lakh rupees. And if your dream was to carry 6 or 7 people in comfort in your electric MPV, well, this is the MPV for you. Welcome to PowerDrift QuickEase. We're going to take a quick look around this because this is a replacement to the BYD E6, which was fairly successful in the commercial side of things. Let's quickly take a look around it. Of course, it's classic MPV styling. Get a short sloping bonnet, pretty slab-sided down the side. Not too much, but yeah, I mean, the proportions are right. It doesn't look strange. It looks kind of nice. It says space back here, which is a bit weird. Then around the back, you have these LED tail lights. You have the BYD logo, which again, I would debadge if I were you. This car is locked, but we'll quickly hop inside and talk about what the interior is like. Okay, so when we talk about the interior of the BYD eMAX 7, of course, the main talking point is going to be this second row. You get these captain seats because there's a 6 and 7-seater option for the eMAX 7, which something the eMAX, which is something the E6 was missing. You get AC vents up here, a nice big glass roof. It feels quite spacious. I don't exactly know how the driver's seat is adjusted, but I do have enough space. I can tuck my legs underneath. There's also adjustment for this seat, so I can recline it all the way back here, which makes it really comfortable. You can also put it up. I can also adjust the AC fans here and switch it off. There's a type C port and a type A port to charge as well. And this seat can be moved forward and backward. If I figure out where the handle for that is, it's here. Yeah, you can move it all the way here to give more space for the third row and all the way back as well to free up space for the second row. It's a nice comfortable place to be. And like I said, there's a 7-seat option as well where you will get a bench set up here. I'll quickly hop into the back. You can go through the center, or you can flip this. Oh, smack your head with it, but you can flip this seat and go into the back as well. Yeah, space in the third row is not great because the second row is all the way back. If I take that all the way forward or even halfway forward, it should be okay. There's a cup holder here. There are AC vents here as well. So it should be fairly comfortable for people sitting in the back. But of course, this should be mainly for kids in the back here. But overall, a very comfortable second and third row experience in the BYD eMAX 7. Let's quickly take a look at what's in the front as well. Okay, we managed to get into the front row of the BYD eMAX 7. And actually, there's quite a lot to talk about here. Firstly, this screen, traditionally, as is the case with most BYDs, you get a rotatable screen, so you can turn it from portrait to landscape. It's a 12.8-inch screen. You get the slightly semi-analog, semi-digital cluster over here. So you get some information that's in the middle, but not a full digital cluster. Then you have this E-gear shifter here, and just your regular controls for your auto hold and stuff like that. Now let's also, while we're here, talk about some of the features that are on the eMAX 7. So there's two variants to choose from. There's a premium and a superior. The superior gets a lot of ADAS technology, and the difference in pricing is 3 lakh rupees. So the premium starts at 26.9 lakh, goes up to 27.5 lakh, and gets a 55.4 kilowatt hour battery, 163 horsepower, 310 Newton meters. 0 to 100 is a fairly alright 10.1 seconds, and that gets a range of 420 kilometers on the NEDC cycle. Then there is the superior variant, which gets ventilated seats in the front as well as an electronic adjust for the seats in the front. Gets an electronic tailgate as well, which we'll take a look at in a bit, and also gets a 71.8 kilowatt hour battery, so much bigger. Both the batteries are BYD's Blade battery technology. 204 horsepower, so a little bit up on power, the same 310 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 comes down to 8.6 seconds, which is again not super fast, but should be all right for a car of this size, and gets 530 kilometers of range on the NEDC cycle. Overall, the quality in the front is quite nice. It's a bit plasticky in places, but for the price and for the size, I think it's great. You get wireless charging pads here, and it just feels like a really nice place to be. Okay, so here's what the boot is like on the BYD eMAX 7. You get a flat folding third row as well as a flat folding second row. There's right now people inside, but I'll quickly just put this seat down, and you can, oh, the headrest is too far up. Put this down, but that seat is too far back. Basically, you get a flat folding third row as well as a flat folding second row. There's not too much space back here if the 3 rows are up, but of course, once you fold it, you do get enough space. And on the superior variant, you also get an electronic tailgate. Okay, so that was a really quick, maybe slightly rushed first look at the BYD eMAX 7. It's definitely a step up over the E6. It gets a nice, comfortable second row, a usable third row, and lots of feature additions as well. Plus, you, of course, get the 6 and 7-seater options. But for me, the big thing is pricing. Starting at 26.9 lakh rupees, That's almost ICE level of pricing for an electric MPV, which I think is great, and lots of standard equipment as well, including 6 airbags. And then of course you can go up to 29.9 lakh rupees for the superior model, where you get lots of stuff like ADAS and the ventilated seats and everything else that we spoke about in the video. I really think one of the standout things about the eMAX 7 is the pricing. But let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching PowerDrift QuickEase.